but I hope that confidence doesn't turn into, I guess I don't want them to be overconfident. They still need to make sure that they play this game carefully and show 496 the respect that they're due. I didn't watch their games versus TNC, but they seemed they didn't get completely rolled over by any means, right? They took them to over 50 minutes in the first two games. They did lose the last one pretty quickly, 27 minutes, but they definitely have the potential. So, alright, just the Huskar ban. Still a little bit worried about getting cheesed, getting rushed at.
10 seconds remaining.
I don't know. I still don't know if Dazzle is support. I feel like Dazzle is going to end up being core here. Or maybe it's like offlane Dazzle and then 4 Centaur. But for whatever reason, I just can't picture Ohio playing anything other than the Centaur this game. Like, I don't think Ohio is going to be playing Dazzle. It just doesn't really fit my view of him as a player. I think part of that is that he's not necessarily a super flexible player. He's good at his hero pool, and he's good at his style of hero, but I guess he also has played Nature's Prophet and stuff in the past, so he does know how to play these like ranged, more push-oriented cores. But Monkey King just the ban, and now the final puzzle piece will have to slot into place for Lotac. Could just be, if they don't want the Dazzle to be mid, they could just pick something like a Dragon Knight here, and I think their lineup would be just fine. It's not very vulnerable to like the Tusk or Rubik ganks. Kind of hard to counterpick, to be honest, on the mid lane.
Radiant team picked.
So I think DK would be fine, but they're just going to go for Kunkka. That doesn't necessarily answer any of the questions. It does give them even more 5-man and like kind of early team fight. The Rum plus the heals from the Dazzle plus the healing ward are going to make them insanely difficult to kill, and the Kunkka is actually very annoying for the Luna to play against as well. Forces you into buying BKB earlier than you would like, and the X marks the spot really just prevents so much of your mobility. But I think it's Kunkka 4. I think it's Dazzle mid and Vengeful Spirit as the hard 5. But I guess we'll have to see. I feel like Kunkka mid, I think it got another little buff in this most recent sub patch, but the cleave changes and the armor changes just feel like core Kunkka is a little bit dead at the moment. We'll see. I guess I have to see someone go ask Attacker for his opinion. I'm sure he'll have something to say. But 496 just go for a Timber Saw. Okay. No, okay, it is gonna be looking like it's gonna be mid Kunkka and just Dazzle and Venge as the two supports. Alright. So not as like cheesy push. I suppose the Timbersaw is a decent hero to put mid against Dazzle. Like, he's just got so much armor, he doesn't care about any of the harassment or the damage. Since Dazzle only does physical damage, doesn't have any magical damage to speak of whatsoever. And okay, Yamate playing the Venge, and Net is on the Dazzle. Looks like that took a second of discussion, but I think that was also just them deciding how they want to set the lanes, what their plans are for the early game, who's buying what, that kind of thing. We'll see how it all plays out. Very interesting. I feel like 496 have quite good kill potential early on. They've got some good frontline for the Luna, and I think this is a game that the Luna can get pretty big and be able to carry it, but I'm just so dubious about Timbersaw in general. Like, it feels like he might do okay in the lane here, but also I think he'll do fine in the lane, but I don't even think Kunkka needs that good of a lane mid. I think he's just going to get level 7 and then start running around and killing people. And it's also tough for the Timber because the Kunkka makes it really easy for the supports to rotate on him. They don't have the best killing supports necessarily for the Timbersaw, but they could rotate Ohio or they could rotate Raven if they really need to kill this Timber on the mid lane. Anyway, so let's get into it. I say that and then we immediately have some disconnect. So there you go. But yeah, this will be interesting. All right, Tusk already picking up an Orb of Venom. I don't know if this is 100% necessary when you've got tag team, but it is going to make sure that he is 100% impossible to escape from. And anything else interesting going on? I don't know. I'm missing a couple items here and there. So I think we've had some clarification on this, the team situation for Lotac. From what I understand, Net is just a stand-in. AU is their regular player in this position. And they did have Ling standing in earlier because Yamate couldn't make it. I'm not sure why. But now Yamate's back. So the roster hasn't changed. They've just been forced to use some stand-ins because of various issues. But how do 496 set these lanes? Where do the supports play is my main question. Are they going to try and help the Brewmaster? The only problem with picking this Luna is that I think she needs help. They can't just leave her all by herself. So I don't know if that means they're going to try and... Can they aggro try? Is their tri lane better than Lotac? They do have a ton of damage. Between the Lunar Blessing and Tag Team, they're going to have so much damage. So I think they could aggressively tri-lane, but then they would have to put the Brewmaster 1v1 against Centaur, which might give the Centaur more farm than they're willing to give away, but I also don't know if they want Raven just free farming. So I guess we'll have to see. Net just picking up a mantle early on. Maybe we'll see a couple of nulls. He can still go for the Necrobook build from the support position. There's really nothing wrong with it, I think. Yeah. Okay, double null. Maybe he'll skip the phase and just go Necro, but 496 trying to get some confidence back as they go for a smoke early on here. Heading over towards mid. They do spot the Kunkka planting a ward, but their smoke also gets broken, so shouldn't really be able to find anything. Raven just running out. They need to get a lift or something. I don't think they're going to skill Ice Shards. You're running at him. So Ohio just coming in here. Why not? It does seem like they're going to be running aggro. Okay, so Brewmaster, solo bot, and an aggro tri-lane coming through. So I suppose Net is going to be forced to rotate over to top before too long. But this is going to give the Centaur quite a bit of farm. I can't imagine that the Brewmaster is going to completely crush the Centaur in lane. So I worry about giving Ohio a good start and getting him a fast blink dagger. I think that could be a bit of a mistake. Alright. It's going to end up being 2 bounty runes for Ohio and 2 bounty runes for 496. Oh my god, they're playing so aggressively right now. What is this Luna doing? I mean, he's fast, but he's actually so fast. Jesus. Tusk is actually rotating straight over towards the mid lane. Trying to snipe the courier, perhaps? He sees it. Do they realize what's going on? A little bit of courier micro, perhaps? Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, they spot the Tusk. They know where he is. Courier getting blocked in. Can he even get this? Has he actually just suicided for... he's not... He hasn't suicided, but he's not going to get the courier. Okay. Kind of awkward. And Kunkka did get his salve delivered, so he's going to be okay. This matchup is not fun, but I think if you ferry enough regen, Kunkka's not going to get completely driven out of lane to be able to grab some levels. And Ohio now rotating top. Okay, so now they've got Ohio in the tri-lane as opposed to Raven, who's now going to be down bottom. Yamate in big trouble. Ice Shards blocks him in. Going to turn around and do a little bit of damage. Ohio comes in. Does have the stomp available, but won't be able to get it off. Couldn't quite find the positioning to find one that he was happy with. And that will be Yassi picking up your first blood. Kunkka just getting punched. Bottom lane, Brewmaster picking up the early point in the Drunken Brawler. Whoop, up top. Net getting gone on a little bit. Lift still on cooldown. Ohio running forward. Yassi ticking out somewhat to the poison touch, but we'll be able to get that debuff off of him quickly. And Yamate... Alright, TP was on cooldown because he threatened to use it over at mid, so... Has to take the long walk back. What's he doing at the moment? Is he actually dewarding? Or was he only going to deward the sentry? The Radiant Observer is actually all the way over here, which is a little bit unexpected perhaps, but he just finds a haste. Doesn't have level 2 just yet. This wave is pushed in pretty deep. He might be able to use the haste. Ooh, he can probably get this pull. I think that is possible for him, though the big camp has been blocked. I like this from Lotac. I think this is important if you're playing Dire Side. Don't give the Radiant access to this full camp. Okay, so he is going to go for it, but it's only going to pull the lane back a little bit. It's not nicely done. Use the haste to its full effect. Well, kind of. At least as far as pulling goes. How's bottom lane going? Raven seems to be farming just fine down here against red. The Drunken Brawler is helping him out a little bit. Oh, now it's getting run at. Alright, blocked him by the shards. He's dead. Isolated. But they are securing Raven's game a little bit down here. And again, I mean, the Kunkka's suffering being on this mid lane, but he's not getting completely shut out. It's not like the Timber is completely owning him. And he knows where both of the supports are right now, so it doesn't have to be worried about a rotation coming in. The situation is going to change a little bit once the Timber gets level 6 and picks up the Chakram, but for now, I think Lotac are pretty happy with this laning situation. And Net is actually farming top at the moment. So Ohio is still playing the Centaur, but Net is the one getting the farm. And looks like they are still going to be going for this kind of crazy dazzle timing with the Necrobook and whatnot. I don't know if he's even going to bother for Midas. Net's missing some CS though. I mean, I know that you've got a big wave, Net, but you gotta get those creeps. Maybe he was trying to leave them. Maybe that's what's up.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Oh, all right. Glyph to pressure the Kunkka a little bit more. Taking quite a bit of damage. Does have an X marks the spot. Gonna be okay for now. Secret wants to keep on diving for this one. One more Whirling Death is actually gonna do it. Could not open up any space on the Kunkka, and down he goes. A little bit low on mana for the Timbersaw, but he's pretty happy with his lot in life right now. Still pretty defensive build overall, 3 points up in the reactive armor, but I mean, it's allowing him to play like this, so certainly not too bad. Oh, could see a kill down here at bottom. Raven getting the full spin damage out onto red, can't juke him at all over in the trees, and Yamate waiting in with the magic missile. One more hit's gonna do it. Raven finds that kill. Nice rotation from Yamate. Chong just forced to drag the wave. Timber dragging it off to one side. He wants one of these bouncy runes. Looks like he's going to get at least the one. And he's not being very subtle about it. Still just dragging the entire creep wave over here. Rubik level 3 having a pretty nice start this game. Luna farming decently, but nothing insane. Actually, Raven number 1 on CS at the moment. And Ohio kind of getting some CS. It looks like he's not really going to be playing support. I think Yamate is just playing position 6 this game to make up for everything else. And red needs to be careful. We got a level 3 spin now. Yamate comes running in, doesn't find it. Okay, in some trouble. Ohio not going to get shards in, actually. That's going to keep him alive. Yassi with a little bit of a misplay there. Yeah, Ohio able to just keep on salving up. He's going to be fine. And yeah, Net just going straight Necrobook. Looking like he might not even buy boots this game. So I don't know when things... Oh, they're going on Ohio. He gets the stomp out, but this tag team is just so strong. Grave coming through. Ohio does a little bit more damage before he goes down, but now Net actually needs to be careful. They will be able to chase onto him. He's pretty tanky, and he's also got 10 stick, so Not in too much trouble. Omni Slash coming through, not really doing a ton of damage. There's a couple of crits in there though from Raven. And as I say that, hold that thought. 2 points in crit. Raven finds what, 2 or 3 in that Omni Slash? He's got 3 Wraith Bands, so plenty of attack speed, getting plenty of jumps. And now they're sending, sending Ohio mid to hang on for a little bit there. Yassi TPing down here. I think they can go for Yamate. I don't know if they can go for too much else. The clap comes out. Yamate tanking the tower. That's damage that he was not anticipating. And he will end up going down. They're also going to kill the illusion. Does it give any gold? Find out. Oh, okay. Gives standard illusion gold. Ooh. Raven farming a little stack. Very nice for him. But Timber just getting juked around a bit. Can't really kill him, but maybe they're gonna try now. They need more mana on this Kunkka, and he's already used his ghost ship. Yeah, they can look at this Timber Saw, but I really don't think that they can kill him. And now they got to be careful because Chakram damage is there. Nicely done for Ohio. Gets the stomp out. I think I just got to ignore this Timber. Don't know if they can really do anything to him.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Oh, denied.
Raven getting going on. Does have the spin. Doing decent damage back, but he is getting crit down by the Drunken Brawler. The Primal Split comes out. They just wanted to force the spin mostly. Raven getting onto Strength Treads just to try and keep himself alive. They will send the Vengeful Spirit up into the air. They continue chasing. Raven not dead just yet. The tag team damage, though, a little bit too much. Yamate now also being focused. Red's back. Looking for these crits. Should be able to find the secondary kill, and he does. Double for him and over at the Roshan pit of all places. Ohio being brought down. Alright, not quite the same composed, clean gameplay from Lotac here. Really hurts losing the jug like that, actually. A lot of golden experience getting handed over. And now Neck getting gone on. I mean, he's got the Grave, but it's only going to buy him a couple of seconds. Doesn't have a TP or anything. So just going to do some shopping before he goes down. And these rotations from 496 have been 10 times better, 100 times better than their rotations in the previous game. Really putting in a lot of work. Hunter doing his best to hold on to this tower. Oh. Timber's running for the X marks the spot. He knew where he came from. And the Timber Saw is also coming over. No Torrent. Gonna try for the TP out. Is there a punch? Is there enough damage? Not quite. Couldn't quite finish him off with the Timber. Down bottom. Complete surround on the Brewmaster. 4-man gank from Lotac coming through. Raven just gonna be going for an early Yasha this game. So getting all kind of the small farming items to begin with. I don't know what his overall build is gonna end up being. Is Manta particularly useful this game? Not really. More units is kind of useful against Eclipse and stuff like that. Oh, very quick D-word. Ohio, that's, yeah. This is how you know Ohio's not a support player. He's quelling blading those wards. But yeah, Yamate, again, is playing the position 6 this game while they kind of have 2 position 3s in the Dazzle and the Centaur. And they're coming down here, but the Timber Saw is presenting just a wall that they can't really get through. Luna is pressuring top. But still, no tier 1 tower taken just yet. Brewmaster does have his ultimate available. Threatening Raven. Doesn't want to use the spin just yet. Just going to keep on running. He does have the Omni Slash to try and turn this around. He's just getting crit. Red is chasing him. Can he get this last attack off? Looks like he won't quite be able to. Raven going to try and juke for dear life. Needs to find a way through the trees, but won't be able to do it. Brewmaster finishing him off. Not going to continue pursuit onto Yamate there. Just going to give it up, head back. So 2 Brewmaster ultimates, both of them finding kills onto the jug. This Drunken Brawler damage is just insane. Especially with these bracers and whatnot. I mean, what, these hitting for like 120 base? They're looking for him though. This is what I was talking about with the Kunkka. It doesn't really matter so much if you have a bit of a slow start. You can still gank your way back into the game. And that's what we're looking at here. Dragging him back. Oh, miss on the torrent. That's not great. They do have a stomp available. Yamate's there with another stun. Should be able to finish him off. Eclipse is coming through though now. The boat buff is helping them survive. In fact, they're going to turn back around with the Stampede, but stolen Stampede from Rubik. Seal very high level at this early stage. Has already got the 6, but they bring down the Luna. And Ohio finding a ton of gold off of that. Needs to be a little bit careful. Doesn't have the boat buff anymore. Still 8 seconds to go and another X marks the spot. And Lotac are going to just take their prizes and head off net. They're going to attempt to kill down here at bottom. He does have the grave available. Needs to go for it. Just going to go for the grave. TP out. He'll be fine. Not enough damage and lockdown on the 496 side. Raven again struggling against this Brewmaster. Everywhere he goes, he's just getting slapped. How's that Necrobook coming along? And that's still a little ways off. Centaur. Good blink progress though. This is kind of the best support Centaur that we've seen so far today. I mean, it's Ohio playing it, so I don't know if it quite qualifies. And yeah, he's got this Yamate position 7 Venge running around. Oh, net again. Gonna get gone on. Can he get the grave off? He won't be able to. Too much damage. Down he goes. Why are we running at this timber saw? What's going on here? He's got a Yules. Raven again feeling kind of confident with his spin, but can't really do anything with Omni Slash. Had a nice start, but those back-to-back deaths to the Brewmaster have really slowed him down. And the Lotac game plan, I don't think it's completely off the rails just yet, but they got to be worried about this Luna getting good farm. There's a lot of space up here on the top side of the map for 458 to just be farming up the entire time. And oh, trouble for Kanka on mid. Did manage to get the boat out, so he's a little bit more survivable. Stampede coming through, but they've got the boulder chasing after him. Yamate is already dead. And looking like Kanka might be the next one to fall. X marks the spot, buys him a couple of seconds, but 496 right in there. Raven, alright, doesn't secure the last hit on the tower down bottom here. He's got a spin TP, but I think he might just get crit down perhaps. Oh no, there's no Brewmaster here. It's actually just the Tusk. Whoops. Brewmaster's still in it. But that would have been worrying if it was the Brew. Fortunately, Walrus Punch on cooldown, so he's gonna be okay. Primal Split on cooldown for 90 seconds, but feeling like Lotac not really in a position to punish that. Ohio does almost have his blink over at top. So once that happens, that should be the beginning of the timing for Lotac to go find some kind of smoke gank, find some pickoffs, take out a tower with the Necrobook. The pieces are kind of slotting together, but this Timber Saw is still a big problem. The Luna's farming the entire time, and Brewmaster having quite a good game. It's going to be going for more of a right-click build here, it looks like. Shadow Blade first, then back into the BKB. I do worry a little bit for their initiation if he chooses to go for this, but we'll see how it works out. It could just give him fantastic solo kill potential. Oh. Ohio cuts a little hole through the trees there. Squat back onto the Brew. Net. Alright, giving chase. Torrent not going to connect, but now they've got the X marks the spot and the boat coming through. Just need to land this properly. It actually catches onto both of them. They're backing out. They lose the Vengeful Spirit elsewhere. Secret still chasing forward. He's got the Yules to set this one up. Can do some decent burst damage. Torrent not going to connect. Net with another Poison Touch coming through. The Brewmaster needs to be a little bit careful about how he plays this. Net, Graven perhaps a little bit early. Secret continuing to chase him. Ohio comes in with the stomp though. Prevents the Timber Chain, and this has been a dive too far. Secret, what were you thinking? Just feeds away a free kill. And Net gonna happily put that gold away in his pocket as progress towards his Necro 2. And this is why you're seeing the Necrobook Dazzle. It basically has 100% uptime. Which is very strong. Raven is just going for this Manta first. I still don't know really what Manta helps him against this game, but I guess he feels like he doesn't want to bother with an S and Y. I guess more units also helpful for Dazzle. Get some more Shadow Wave heal bombs going on. Oh, they want the Brewmaster. They need to be a little bit careful of a turnaround. Do they have the chain stun? Gotta prevent that primal split. It just happens so quickly. They do force it out. If they can disengage now, that would be great. No one from 496 has actually made their way down just yet. They've got the Luna, but it's just her. Now the Omni Slash comes flying through. It bounces onto the Pandas. They soak it up nicely. Raven just going to be forced to take his leave now. Looks like he's going to be okay. So a little bit of a wasted Omni Slash. It was a nice idea, but Luna a little bit too tanky, and Brewmaster on the ball there. Deal with the stolen stun. Net getting focused. Checks out the Grave. Starting to turn this around. Looking towards the Rubik. Couldn't get the poison touch out. Rubik steals the heal. Away they go, but it's not over just yet. Yassi comes walking straight into the Torrent. Nicely connected by the Kunkka. And a few more auto attacks will finish it. Raven didn't get that kill at bottom, but he does manage to find this kill over at top. And a quick tier 1 tower. Alright, Timbersaw finally going to finish off this mid-tier 1 tower. Brewmaster has just gone for a... Okay, he's deciding to be a little bit more standard with the build. No Shadow Blade, just going to be going for a Vlad's, and then back for the Blink. Armor is certainly going to be helpful against the bad Juju, and I think they need that initiation, especially now that Ohio's got his Blink Dagger online. And looking towards net once again. He does have some vision up here, though, so he knows what's going on. Yamate, oh my god, he's in super deep. This is going to get spotted completely, though. Alright, this ward's not going to last very long, and looking like he might be quite dead. Can he swap his way out of this somehow? He's just going to run it off. Bought a little bit of time for Raven to grab another tower last hit, so he is actually now #1 on the net worth. Is going to be going for a Shadow Blade up next. Can they get this lift? Yes, they can. He's still got the spin, but he's taking some pretty big damage. He's going to go for the TP out, and he gets it. Walrus Punch still on cooldown for a little bit. Net constantly pushing with this Necrobook. Okay, scouting with an Invis Rune. Might once again be able to force out the Primal Split here. Yep, there's the X marks the spot. Alright, Brewmaster pops the split. Now what? I don't think he can kill any of these. Oh, he can purge the Necrobooks at least. Alright, that's cute. But it's bad, it's off cooldown already. Stampede popped. Not so much for bottom as maybe for mid. Brewmaster needing to be careful. Does he actually have a TP to get out of here? Yes, he does. Okay, nicely done. Well positioned. Yamate goes running into trouble, but he's got basically no net worth, so doesn't really matter all that much. But with no boat, I mean, there's no boat, but there's also no primal split, and boat's going to be up in 10 seconds. I do actually think that Lotac can take this fight. They just got to get over into position for it. Hunka's got a TP, but they're not really set up. Raven seems keen, though. Look at this. He's going to come running in here, hoping to keep them around here a little bit longer. Spinning to set up. He's taking quite a bit of damage, but now he rejoins his team. Ohio going to be looking for some kind of initiation. Who can he find? He jumps in. He gets hit by the snowball stun. Can they focus down the Luna? That's the big question. The boat comes out, but they lose Raven. No Omni Slash from the Jug. Can they do enough, though, with the Dazzle? He's got the Necro 3. It's getting focused down. He will end up denying it, preventing the gold loss there, but... Net, alright. Grave TP attempted. It's going to get interrupted. They needed that Omni Slash so badly. But the snowball interrupting onto the Centaur. And Raven just not quite tanky enough. Yamate also going to get focused down. That looked like it might have been a good fight for Lotac, but looks like they are just going to end up losing 4. Fortunately, they take out the Luna, so 496 aren't really going to be able to push off of this, but still. Very bad fight. Basically no damage. Jugs that was, I think before that fight, like the #1 net worth, and he just did nothing for his team there. Dying before he could get anything up. I didn't even see what controlled him. I feel like maybe it was the Tusk snowballing and punching him after he came out of the spin. But got nothing off. Oh, Raven. Trouble again. Oh, the Omni Slash gets reflected. Tusk just fine. Secret also okay. Spin being stolen. Everybody surrounding Raven. They're turning this around though. They've got the Torrent into the boat combination. The Lunar's just going to get focused down. It looks like 458 running for dear life. They've also got a Shrine to fight on here. They're going to lose one. Yassi also going down. The bad Juju is stacking up, so Secret doesn't have enough armor to survive this. Raven with the baits. The Primal Split gets popped by the Brewmaster. He's on the run. Can he get out of here? He doesn't have a Blink Dagger. It's waiting back in his stash. So it looks like Corgi is also going to be killed off. Oh no. And oh, they're going to lose the last one as well. Yeah, Rubik dies on the other side. That's a little bit more like it. Even without the Omni Slash damage that time around, Jug at least survives to get some right clicks out. And the Kunkka does a surprising amount of damage. 4k cleave. Well, not just cleave. I mean, he landed a multi-man torrent ghost ship, but still. Kunkka doing a lot of work. And Lotac, now their lineup is rolling. They've got the Dazzle heals, keeping everybody sustained. Is Roshan affected by bad Juju? I guess he's not. No, seems like he's not. That might be a little bit OP. Oh. Ohio, trying to keep Yassi away. He's going to pay for this with his life, but they do get the Aegis over onto Raven. Trying to disengage. Yamate in a little bit of trouble, but just staying with the team. Running back. Net is going to get Yulesed up, trying to Glimmer Cape his way out of this fight. They're going to need some more detection. Actually, can he get the TP out? No, won't be able to. He's got the Grave, but doesn't go for it. Could have maybe Graved and gotten another Glimmer Cape off, but instead just gets brought down. Alright, Lotac paid pretty heavily for that Roshan. 3 heroes dead. The Luna's alive, so they do have the push potential here. Manta off cooldown in 6 seconds time. They can't afford to lose the Kunkka. That would be trouble. It looks like he's going to be okay. Dazzle respawning in 30. They don't have a glyph available. They're going to lose a tier 3 here for sure, but are they going to lose more than that? That's the question. Primal Split still on cooldown. Brewmaster needing to be careful. He does manage to evade a lot of that. Okay, Split being forced. Stampede coming forward. They're just focusing on the racks. Lenny needs to be careful about her positioning. Getting cleaved a little bit. Raven, Omni Slash ready. Yamate gets the swap back. Doesn't really find anything. Yamate now buying back into the game. They are going to lose this lane of racks. Raven wants to go chasing forward. What can they actually find? Luna going to get dragged back into the waiting arms of Lotac. Gets saved by the snowball though. Can get the Eclipse off and maybe turn and fight this one. Raven's got the Aegis. He'll be brought down. And in the end, they lose the Luna. Should be able to chase for more. What can they actually find? Rubik's going spinning off to the other side. Gonna try for a TP out. Gets stomped. Down he goes. But still, if those are the only prices that 496 end up paying for that high ground, I think they're going to be very happy. They just need the BKB on the Luna, and then she's actually going to be able to do so much more in these fights. The last couple of Primal Splits, I think, have been dealt with very effectively by Lotac. But right now, oh, that last fight, they struggled a little bit. I guess they couldn't disengage properly from the Roshan pit. I feel like as soon as Raven gets a proper Omni Slash off, that's when like fights are going to be pretty scary for 496. But they do have ways to deal with it. We've seen the Lotus Orb, we've got the Yules, the Tusk Snowball also going to be helpful. So definitely things that Raven has to be aware of. He's going for a Silver Edge now. I don't know if it actually helps against Drunken Brawler, because it's not a passive anymore. So it is going to help a little bit against the reactive armor, but it doesn't dispel the stacks or anything. So long as Secret is doing the right thing and having his stacks before he goes into the fight, I don't think it should be too much of a problem. Ohio just going for an eggs. Necro 3 just takes that bottom tier 2 tower, no problem. And they're going to continue pushing down here. 496 are also pushing up top, though. So Ohio's going to get into position to deal with that, and I would imagine that Lotac threatened bottom lane, though. They push damn fast. Both of these teams push quickly, but this top tier 2 isn't even dead just yet, so Raven's already chopping wood on this tier 3, and nobody has come back to defend. They are going to jump in now. X marks the spot. Kunkka just clearing things out a bit. Luna's up here, but hasn't TP'd just yet, and Ohio's going to go looking for it. Can he find... No, won't be able to get anything. Looks like his blink got cancelled by something. Oh. Alright. Alright, so they used Stampede, couldn't get anything. They got some free damage on this bottom tier 3, and now 496 are smoking up, looking for some kind of a play. Luna isn't even going to be going for BKB this game. He's just opting straight for the butterfly. So I guess feeling confident about the save that the other heroes are providing. They do have a Crimson Guard also picked up for the Timber Saw. That's going to help out a lot against the cleave damage from the Kunkka. Yamate's pushing out bottom. Looks like he might be the one that falls victim to this smoke gang. Or maybe not even. Ooh, beam. He's gonna get beams. Shame. Alright. That is the end of him. Still not a whole lot of gold. Very close game. Hardly any net worth in it. Hardly any experience. Next couple of team fights going to be very decisive. Because both teams push so damn quickly. Though, I mean, that kind of depends on the, like the Luna or the Dazzle surviving on one side or the other. Yeah, he's hunting for something. He sees Raven, but doesn't really have anybody in the neighborhood. I think he's just going to try and spook him. Alright. How's that Silver Edge coming? Okay, he's got it if he wants it, but might also want to hold on to buyback at this stage of the game. If he gets picked off in a bad way, then that could just be the end of it. And with how convincingly they won the first game, it would be... I don't think they want to be going to a game 3. Rubik forced to defend a little bit against the Necro push, but Net still just being a nuisance all the time. He could be going for a BKB here, so that's going to make him very difficult to focus down. Brewmaster's also going for a BKB, and Luna not changing her mind at all, still just hammering towards this butterfly plan. Ohio almost has the Aghanim Scepter. That's going to be a very nice pickup for him. Oh, alright, his ward gets immediately de-warded. Didn't even have the blink off cooldown to just force to run for the hills here. And a little bit of a lull. Roshan could respawn in about 2 minutes time. So both teams definitely looking towards that. Raven is going to be going for a BKB next. So won't be forced into the spin necessarily every single time. Yeah, see? Does manage to find Raven, and he's already used both of his dispels, so the Shadow Blade's not going to help too much. Instead, he just goes for the Omnislash, but it gets broken by the Snowball. Healing Ward gets stolen. They're going to try and stampede him out of here. Can they actually save Raven? Everyone is running over to this fight. Raven just spent his money. They're going to try and save him. Yes, Yamate finally gets the swap out to keep Raven alive. He's got another swap charge, but doesn't have the mana to use it. But, ooh, if they had lost Raven there, that would have been a total disaster. But didn't even play his way out of it. He just got saved. Net, can you please micro your Necro? Yeah, micro your Necro, please. Push bottom.
Dire's top shrine has fallen.
Wins Roche. Yeah, still another minute to go. I think that was an Egg Stampede, so that did certainly help out Raven in escaping from that last fight. He's got a lot of net worth, but it just doesn't really feel like it looking at his inventory. I guess there's 2 ultimate orbs hidden in here, taking up a lot of farm. Luna level 18. Does have the maxed out Eclipse now, though again I don't know how useful the Eclipse is necessarily this game. Quite a lot of units and the boat buff and everything else, so I think it's more about the control from the supports. Oop, and another smoke coming up from 496. I don't know if this is spotted. There is a Dire Ward in the area, and the circle has been drawn by Raven. Seems like he has some kind of an idea of what's going on here. They've got the Timber Saw on the front line scouting things out. Just gonna go and clear the wave. Lotac kind of leading them on a merry chase. Ohio runs straight into the smoke gank, but he's got faster fingers than the Rubik. Rubik caught asleep at the wheel a little bit. Ohio does not have the Stampede for 2 seconds. They're going to drop the Eclipse just to secure this kill. He's only dead for 50 seconds. And 496, what can they actually get out of this? Necrobook is going to go and push top. Bottom lane's getting pushed in, but there's still a half HP tier 2 down here. It'll take them a little bit of time to get through that, but Lotac needs to go and threaten something else. Roshan's going to be back up in 18 seconds. Oh man, if they could just wait around for that, that would be such a big win for them, but they poke their nose in quickly and then call it quits. And now they're going to be forced back to defend. Net already moving into position. Secret very eager to take a look towards this high ground. No glyph. Oh, there is a glyph available for Lotac. Oh, they're pushing so quickly with this Vlads and the butterfly. The tower is absolutely melting. Primal Split going to get popped. They do use the glyph now, but Raven's still not back yet. He still has a cooldown on his TP for another 10 seconds. Are they just going to give away the lane of Rax? They just feel like they can't fight. Alright, Glaive's bouncing everywhere. Lane of Rax dead. Doing their best to defend. They're going to get the swap back. Luna being focused. They stampede in as well. Can they focusing down to get the stomp out onto 2? Torrent boat follow up. Luna getting dragged into the snowball. Kept alive. Everyone waiting in the snowball. But they come right out into the torrent. And now everyone's getting chopped down. 2 dead so far. Secret's going to get dragged back in by the X marks the spot. He'll be finished off. Ohio finds a double kill. And Lotac even managing to catch out the Brewmaster. Interrupting his TP over in the trees. And they will be able to focus him down. Raven now on a mega kill streak. And Lotac have to make the decision. What are they going to go for? Net actually keeping straight into the mid lane. He's going to be able to threaten this tier 3 tower with these extremely low cooldown BOTs. And that is going to force a buyback out of the Timber Saw, but instead, Lotac just heads straight over to the Roshan pit and look to clean that up. The Dazzle getting stronger and stronger as the game continues. Finding more items. That cooldown reduction absolutely ridiculous. Oh, Raven even finding himself a double damage. I mean, they're not that cooldown reliant on the Lotac side either. Couple of things to wait for here and there, but the biggest deal is really that Omni Slash. And Raven still does decent damage even without it. Quick Roshan. And now with the Aegis in hand, he may even consider going for something other than the BKB. I don't know if 496 should really be here. This is a little bit of a dangerous place for them. Yassi's isolated down on the low ground. He's going to be brought down. No snowball. He does have a buyback available. Lotac just trying to get all these lanes into a good position. They are pushing through Raxed creeps, but Net can always kind of bounce back and forth with his 20-second cooldown. He's got 22-second cooldown BOTs. I feel like he should also have regular TP scrolls. Like it only adds 10 seconds to your Town Portal scroll cooldown, so... Right, can't you just, and what, the TP scrolls not put Boots of Travel on cooldown now either? So he could just TP home, and then Boots of Travel out to a lane, and just constantly push every single lane. Anyway. Lotac forced to play the lane control game for a little bit. I don't know if they're actually going to be able to use this Aegis. 496 might just be able to wait it out. Luna is finally going to be going back for the BKB now. Brewmaster going for an Aghanim Scepter. Okay. Wouldn't mind just seeing an AC out of him as well. As 496, this is somewhat unexpected, but they are going to be going for a smoke. They are 1 lane of Rax. Well, there's still a range Rax at mid, but they are 1 lane of Rax away from Megas. So if they can just throw their bodies at that, could work out nicely, but Lotac also in a position to push themselves. Does everybody have TP? Pretty much everybody, except for Raven, though. Uh-oh. That could be worrying. He's not going to be able to get the top. Really no excuse not to be carrying a TP scroll now that there's a dedicated slot for it, but... he's realized he's got the courier flying out to him right now, but they couldn't take that bottom defense because of his TP scroll cooldown. And now it looks like they might not be able to make this top fight right away either. Mid lane's getting pushed out. Dazzle, the first one back to defend. Ohio also clearing out the wave. This is going to buy a few more seconds for 496. Brewmaster does decide against the... Well, Ags, at least for now. He's beat up a Radiance instead. It's also... I guess it's kind of useful. I want the AC. Why is nobody buying AC at the moment? Especially now that Cleave is reducible physical as well. It would help so much against the Jug and the Kunkka. Yeah, Raven not going for the BKB since he has the Aegis. He's going to go for a Butterfly instead. He is going to do so much damage with his Omni Slash. Gonna come running right into Yassi here. Breaks him up. Does manage to get the snowball out. He even grabs the bounty rune. Can he get the blink off? No, he's being X'd. Alright, well. Still some cute plays. Dead for another 50 seconds. They're trying to leave Net to just push out these waves. He's gone for a Yasha and Kaya, in fact. But yeah, looks like he is 100% the one on lane control duty. And the rest of the team is just hunting. They're hoping for kills. They might come running into this Luna. Brewmaster might also be in some trouble. They've spotted him on the low ground. I don't know if he's seen this just yet. He just barely gets the blink away. Fortunately, they had a ward up here on the high ground. Oh, Ohio even able to... Always a bit buggy, but get some vision and quickly de-ward that. Over on the other side,
is under
Secret.
attack.
Alright, X marks the spot is on cooldown for now, so he's going to be okay.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
It does feel like we're getting to the point of the game where the Timbersaw is falling off a little bit. Still has a ton of utility, but seems to be struggling to get too much done in these fights, especially when it gets up to the high ground. Just can't really do too much in that area. Not many trees around. Oh, what have they found? We got the break over onto the timber. Can they focus him down? They get the stomp onto him as well. Looking to focus him down. The Omnislash coming through. They've got the Lotus and they've got the Snowball. It's actually more the Yules keeping him alive there. Still trying to focus him down, but over at top lane, they're actually just looking for the Mega Creeps. This is all a big distraction. They've got the tier 3 down, 458, just gonna pop the BKB and try and finish this. The Glyph does come through. Ohio looking to focus in, use the Stampede. Luna just gonna go for the BKB TP. He's gonna be successful. The Brewmaster is still here trying to finish off the racks. Ego's blinking over towards the fountain. Stolen Stampede. What is he doing here? He's TPing out inside of the fountain. Can they get the X marks the spot? Yes, they can. All right. Pretty cute play with the Drunken Brawler in the fountain, but still will be brought down. And Lotac just barely keeping themselves in this one. Did they even find a kill in the end? No. Everybody was forced to evacuate from the mid lane and just head straight back to the base to try and defend. Oh my god, this Dazzle's so 540 move speed. Oh my god. I don't think I've ever seen Dazzle move this fast. This is not right. Okay, anyway. Straight back out to the Necrobook. They've got the lanes in a decent position. Lotac, this could be their best opportunity to push. They did lose the Aegis to it expiring, so Raven a little bit more vulnerable. They're not going to be able to force out the Brewmaster buyback, I don't think. There is still a Glyph available. Torrent goes fishing up to the high ground. They are going to X up the Timbersaw. He's just standing strong on the front lines. Pretty big damage onto Raven. Needs to reset. They've got heals for him, though, so he's going to be okay. And Luna just clearing out all those creeps. Bottom lane, Yamate pushing this here. Net forced to stick around a little bit longer. Secret still trying to fight this one, though. They're on top of the Kunkka. He's in some trouble. He pops the BKB. Just going to run this one off for now. Are they actually going to engage for this fight? That's the question. They don't have the Venture Spirit there. They do get the stomp out onto the Tusk. Both follow through. Should be able to finish him off. He's still stunned, but now he finally gets the Snowball out. They've got the lift out of the Jug. Can he get the Omni Slash off? That's the big question here. Raven finally gets the spin. Now going back into the fight, but he's not actually doing any damage while he's spinning. He needs to get the Omnislash out. He popped the cheese. They also used the Grave. Not the best coordination there. Ohio sent up into the air. He'll be brought down. Raven just doesn't feel like he can find a target. Thinks about going back in now. This Primal Split still up for a little bit longer. Raven finally trying to finish off Yassi. Goes through with the Omnislash now, but there's yet another Snowball. And the Omnislash just isn't doing any damage whatsoever. Juggernaut trying to spin his way out of this fight. The Healing Ward helping out a little bit, but he gets punched up. Now the Grave, they're still keeping Raven alive. He's still doing damage. Ohio fighting through. Yassi's still waiting on the sidelines, though. Net just getting right-clicked down by the Luna. Secret finds himself a double. They're going to try with the Kunkka. Can they get this Luna kill? He's not dead just yet. He's still healing, and he gets the Eclipse off as well. Yamate will be brought down by that. Kunkka will be the next one to fall. 496 stealing the boat in the midst of all of that, and that should be the end of this one. 496 pushing down the mid lane. Jug and the Dazzle both alive, but no opportunity to go and try and end the game themselves. And I mean, 5v3 at the very best. What can they really do? Looking like 496. They're gonna do it. Fantastic play from the supports in the early game. So many great rotations, so much pressure onto this Dazzle. Never really letting him pick up that much farm, and the Brewmaster finding all of those kills on Raven. He had such a good start, but then got slowed down by those back-to-back deaths. And that is going to be it. 496 taking this game, and they will be forcing us out to a game number 3. Wait, what's with the pause? Alright, there you go. Alright. So, they got stomped in game 1, and I was a little bit worried about the mental game after that, but